Okay, so with this one, what we're trying to figure out is the gender and the number of the relative pronoun we're going to use, and then we've got to figure out whether or not it's going to be nominative or accusative. Right, so let's have a look for a few key bits that are going to give us clues then. Let's take out the clauses, and then let's have a look at the verb, which is errant. So that is third plural, and that's from some. Now, animalia, that it comes from animal actually, and that is neuter. So that a ending there means that it is in the nom plural. So the animals, they were, and seres, not a word I'd expect you to know, geese. So now let's have a look at which of these relative pronouns it should be. Quem is an accusative, but quem is an accusative and it is in the masculine, and so therefore it cannot be that. Quod is neuter, so that goes nicely with this, that is neuter, but there's more than one animal, and so therefore the only answer that it can be is quae. So the animals whom Alexander was able to hear were geese. Okay, so let's have a little look at what we have to do with this sentence. It is nicely carved up. So let's take out the subordinate clause, or the relative clause, so that we can mess about with what we've got to do is the main clause. Now we have this word chylum. Now we'll know from looking chylum up that this is a neuter noun. So that ending could quite happily be nominative or accusative. So the verb here is going to be really helpful for us. And that's the verb ending that you might look at and get a bit confused. But we have done these. But spectre, that a ending, and the fact that we have an exclamation mark means that this is an imperative. And what an imperative means is that's a command. It's telling you to do something. So in this case, it comes from specto. It's look. And if that's look, intente over here is an adverb. We've not done these yet, but that a ending there and the fact that it describes a verb means that in English it usually ends in ly, and we can already see that it essentially means, well, it means intently. So look intently. Now we get back to chylum. That has to be in the accusative because we are being told to look at the sky rather than the sky intently look. So when we go to translate that, 1, look, 2, intently, 3, at the sky. Now the sky is what the relative pronoun is going to be in a substitution for. So it's going to be which is, and then this word here you won't have come across. I quite like it. Smoky. So see where we get the word fumes from. It comes from the Latin meaning smoky. Now, if we were to pull that sentence out, it would be chylum. The sky is smoky. Oh, sorry, the sky which is smoky. So we're looking for a neuter, and that means that here we're going to have quad. Okay. Right then. First things first, let's mark it off so that we can pick out the main part of it, and then we can look at the minor part, the relative part. So, verb-wise, we know we have a verb here. We know we have a verb here. Both of them are third person singular. And so we go taberna, vestimenta nova, vendebat. So taberna is, that should be an A there, the shop, which was selling tabenta. Vestimenta nova. Now we're looking at that and thinking, okay, why is that in the nominative, but it's not? Because it's neuter, and neuter is a sneaky little beast, and so therefore vestimenta nova is in the accusative. So the shop which was selling new clothes. So now we need to figure out what's going on in here. It seems highly likely that taberna is, because it's the main verb, is the thing that we're looking to replace here with the relative pronoun. Frater noster, we know, because it's got a crazy ending, is in the nominative, and so therefore we must be looking for an accusative to go in here. Frater noster is our brother, and intravit is entered. So can it be quos? Well, that is accusative, but it's accusative plural masculine. Can it be quam? Yes, it can, because that is feminine and it is singular. And it can't be qui, because qui is masculine and nominative neuter. No, sorry, what I'm talking about. Masculine, and the taberna is neuter. So the shop which our brother entered was selling new clothes. Well done. This one's a sneaky one, which is a good one for us to do as an example. So here's the process as ever. Knock that out and recognize the verbs to help us out. So conspeximus, if we're doing the main clause, you've got that imus ending, so it's first person plural, which means we. We have an M ending here, so we know that that is accusative, and artificem is an artist. So you can see how many English words we get from that. It's basically art and ficem, facio, making of art. So deinde is then. Right, so then we caught sight of the artist. And I'm going to assume from the way the translation has gone that we're still talking about them. Now, problem here is artists can be masculine or feminine. So we're looking for, if you've got a third person singular here, so it's giving me more clues as to the fact that it's the artist we're talking about. So who conficio is finishing, and emblema is the mosaic. So the artist was finishing the mosaic, so that must then be quai, because that is the only one that is in the nominative from quem, quai, and quod. So the artist was finishing the mosaic. Who was finishing the mosaic? Right.